So we'll go ahead and get started. I'm going to share my screen, and then as families come in, just please mute yourselves. And Mrs. Wolf, you're free to give like a soft nudge if someone needs to be muted. But I will go ahead and hit present, and we'll get started. Thank you for your time. Okay. All right, Mrs. Wolf, if you will come off of mute just to let me know that you can see the slideshow, that would be awesome.
Yes, I can see it, Ms. Wallace.
Okay, great. We're going to go ahead and get started. So again, welcome Wildcats. My name is Danielle Wallace, and I am the incoming principal for Woodford Academy. So this will be my first year at Woodford, but it is not my first year as a principal. This is actually year 6 for me. I had a great 5-year run in the Wintonwood City School District. I'm a Cincinnati kid, so I was actually a Cincinnati Public School graduate many moons ago, and I was also a Cincinnati Public School teacher. In fact, I had a great opportunity to teach in the building where I went to elementary school, which was Fairview. So I've taught at Fairview, I've taught at Taft Elementary, and a few other elementary schools in the district. I was a first grade teacher for a long time. I was a third grade teacher, and I was also a Montessori teacher. That was my first teaching experience. So I'm very excited to be back home, as I call it, Cincinnati Public Schools, and I'm looking forward to having a great year with you and your child. Below my picture, or to the right of my picture, you will find my email address and my school number. So feel free to shoot me an email if you have a question or a concern, or as we get started with virtual learning, you're like, what is going on, Ms. Wallace? I need some support. Drop me an email or call the school, and I will be happy to assist you. So our theme for the building for this year was actually developed by Mr. Henderson, and I love it so very much because we are the Wildcats. So we are putting our paws way up. We are ready to roar, to rise, and to conquer, which for us means in spite of COVID, in spite of racial injustice in our city and around our nation, in spite of poverty, in spite of obstacles, we are here to do the business of educating your young person. And we take that responsibility very serious, and we want what's best for them. So we're going to give our best with our paws up, and we're expecting the same from our students as well as our family who are our partners. So paws are way up. We're ready to go. We've been working all summer, and we're ready to go. So I'm going to share with you this message from our superintendent.
Hello, CPS families, and welcome to the new school year. I'm Laura Mitchell, Superintendent for Cincinnati Public Schools, and we are so excited to launch this school year. Now, we know that this is not going to be your typical opening, and we hope that we will never, ever be in this situation again. But we're going to make a commitment to partner with you and keep a clear line of communication at all times. That will be the way that will help our students be successful. Now, we've learned a lot since our time last year in which we had to go to remote learning. And we also looked at the barriers that many of our kids face. And we know that many of our kids did not have access to technology. So I'm very happy to say pre-K through 12th grade, all of our students will have access to their own devices that they'll be able to use all school year. In addition, we know that some families didn't have access to Wi-Fi. And so through a partnership with Cincinnati Bell, the Greater Cincinnati Foundation, and a whole host of other partners, we are able to offer free Wi-Fi to all of our households. So please make sure that you have access to our free Wi-Fi program. Now, all along the way, we're going to be using data to inform our decisions. So we're going to use data to inform academics. We're going to see where every child is to develop a customized plan for each student. We are also using data to keep everyone safe and healthy. So we use data to determine whether or not we're going to go to a blended model or to a distance learning model for this coming school year. So rest assured, we are using the data to inform our decisions, and you will be a part of all the information that we have to give out on a regular basis. So again, I just want to thank you for your flexibility. You have been wonderful. We appreciate you, and we look forward to the upcoming school year. Thank you.
We have been listening and learning from families and students about what the best practices are and what students need to be set up for success in the new year. During the week of August 24th, we are hosting family orientations and outdoor pickups. In our family orientations, you're going to learn about two major platforms, Schoology and PowerSchool. If we heard anything, we heard that we needed one place to launch instruction. And in the 2020-2021 school year, we will be launching all of our instruction from Schoology. Schoology is designed so that you and your student can get weekly updates on key assignments, assessments, and information, as well as post and submit their assignments and assessments. PowerSchool is a place that will host the attendance and grades for your student. If your child is in high school, you can also find graduation progress. It will be important that during family orientations, which will be virtual this year, that you and your child practice getting on Schoology and PowerSchool so that you know how to navigate both platforms. Every day, children will be asked to log into Schoology into each of their courses. This is essential because this is the way in which we will be taking attendance during our distance learning model. Also during this week, you will be invited to come to your child's school for an outdoor material pickup. These materials will be things such as instructional supplies, paper, folders, pencils, pens, as well as your key textbooks, reading books, and art supplies. We want you to be set up for success. While you are participating in our virtual orientations and our outdoor material packets, our teachers are busy planning their first cycles of instruction.
Your student will pick up schedules so they can know who their teachers are and when to log into their scheduled Google Meets. One critical factor for academic success this school year will be in our intention to assess student learning for every student in every content area. One of the first things that will happen this school year will be your child's teacher determining the academic foundation that your student's success will need to be built upon. This means that they will determine the skills that your student has not mastered yet and then personalize instruction in order for your student to master grade level content. This means that we are personalizing learning for every student so they are able to access grade level content and master it.
Welcome back to CPS. We are so excited for distance learning this year. And as our superintendent said, we are removing obstacles. You can get your device and connectivity. You know why? Because we believe all students can be successful regardless of circumstance. And we are here to provide that support. I got a little key message for you. Remember school GPA. School stands for Schoology, where you can log on, get your lessons, communicate with your teachers. The G is for grades. Be proactive. Log on and find out where you stand, have conversations with your teacher, and that P is for PowerSchool. PowerSchool, you can find information out like your attendance, and that's where you go look for your grades. And the last, the A, is for attendance. The attendance that is needed for you to log on to your Google Meet sessions, build that community with your teachers and your fellow classmates, and we are so excited to have you back. Go CPS, let's get it.
And here's a message about health and safety.
You wake up feeling healthy, and that's great. Before you head off to the bus stop, make sure you have your backpack and a clean mask to wear for the day. Put your mask on so that it covers your nose and mouth. While you're waiting for the bus, stand apart from the other students. Make sure to fill the bus seats from back to front and sit facing forward. Please always sit by yourself unless you're with a sibling, and continue wearing your mask over your nose and mouth. When you arrive at your school, only exit the bus when you're dismissed. exit the bus in a single file. You'll see other students waiting for their health checks. When it's your turn, an adult will take your temperature by scanning your forehead, and they'll ask you a few questions about how you're feeling.
How you doing today? How you feeling?
Now, you can pick up your breakfast and go to your classroom. While walking in the hallway, be sure to give plenty of space to other students so that we can all stay safe. When you arrive at your classroom, an adult will remind you that we all need to sanitize our hands before entering. Your chairs will be spread apart, and it's important for everyone's safety that you keep them that way. If anyone forgets, an adult will remind them to keep their distance. Remember to only use your own materials to do your schoolwork. You'll have to wear your mask at all times, unless an adult tells you that you can have a mask break. Before meals, you'll need to wash your hands for 20 seconds. You'll be eating meals in your classroom. Take your mask off and put it on a paper towel near you while you eat. Be careful to keep your own food in your assigned area. After you're done eating, put your mask back on. Remember to only touch the loops on the side when putting the mask on or taking it off. You may get to go to recess. You'll want to keep your friends safe, so only use the equipment that has been assigned to you. When talking or playing with your friends, make sure to keep your distance. At the end of the school day, your teacher will tell you when you can go to your locker. If you don't have a locker, you'll gather your belongings and wave goodbye to your teachers and friends before you head home. Please follow adults' directions as you leave the building. We can't wait to see you.
So you may be thinking, is all of that necessary? And the answer is absolutely, positively yes. It is our mission and our vision for our district, as well as Woodford Academy as a building, to keep all of us safe, especially your children. So we will be going over all of those safety procedures and routines with the students when they return in September. So we have a district safety plan that was developed by our district leaders in cooperation with Cincinnati Children's Hospital. And we have used that plan to build our building level plan, which includes things as which doors we will use to go in and out so that they can be heavily sanitized each and every day, the flow of traffic so that students maintain 6 feet of distance throughout the day. Our outdoor spaces have been identified where students can go outside on great weather days for mask breaks or just to stretch. But also, this is a great opportunity for outdoor classroom space while we're keeping our distance and keeping everyone safe. We will have scheduled mask breaks during the day, but as you saw in the video, students will be wearing their masks throughout the day, as well as our staff. Encouraging frequent hand washing, especially for our youngest students, because we know this is definitely going to be a shock to their system. And then, of course, maintaining 6 feet distance. We have distance markers on all the floors in the hallways, and we have already moved the furniture in the classroom to give each student their own individual space. This year, we will have a registered nurse on site who will be able to provide rapid COVID tests if there is a need or a student shows symptoms. And we also have what we are calling our Wildcat Wellness Center, which is a separate classroom specifically for students who are exhibiting signs or symptoms of COVID-19. In the event that your child is that child, we will call you immediately, and we ask that you come to the school building to pick them up, but also to take them to your primary care physician for a COVID test. And we'll take questions about that at the end. But I did want you to know that we have been working hard to keep the building safe for your children. So what is this business about remote learning? Our remote learning starts on Monday, August the 31st, and is scheduled to run through the end of September. The district will be looking midway through September at whether or not the city, the county, and the schools are ready for students to return. So we're watching our COVID numbers closely, but we are scheduled to have students come back at the end of September. That will be a blended learning model, which means we will operate within Group A and Group B. So you will be notified based on your transportation needs, which group your student is in. If you have more than one student in the building, they will have the same group. So you won't have to worry about having some of your children at home, some in the building, and that's district-wide. So even if you have students in the high school, they will follow the same group all the way down to your students in pre-K. And then our school hours will be 8:30 to 3:30. So for virtual learning at home, we ask that all students are logged in, ready to go by 8:30, and they will wrap up their day at 3:30. Please keep in mind that each individual teacher will provide a daily class schedule. So hopefully you have had a chance to attend classroom level orientations where they have shown you a sample of their schedule. If not, make sure you connect with the teacher or let me know, and I will have the teacher reach out to you to let you know what their day will look like. Our schedules are also designed to stay within the limits of 3.5 hours, no more than 3.5 hours of screen time. This does not include intervention time. So if you have a student that is special needs or works with our intervention specialist, those times are outside of the 3.5 hours. That means that we're breaking up the day. So they will have a scheduled lunchtime, a scheduled what we're calling at-home recess time, some stretch breaks. We just don't want them sitting in front of a computer all day long. So what are our instructional platforms? As you saw in the earlier video, we are using Schoology. I know that they rolled out Schoology last year, and hopefully if you have come up to get your child's backpack and school supplies, you saw your Schoology login information, as well as your Google Meet information, which they will need every day to log into their classes, and also PowerSchool. PowerSchool allows you to check your child's grades at a moment's notice, as well as to track their attendance. We will have whole group, small group, and self-directed learning opportunities in each classroom. Here's a video that clarifies how we use PowerSchool and Schoology.
Since the day they were born, my mission with my children has been to help them have a better life than my own. I want to be fully connected to their education, even when I can't be there with them. I achieve that by using PowerSchool and Schoology. Combined, these two apps give me the power to view their grades in an instant. Homework due dates, notes from their teachers, and any classroom information I need. It's almost like I'm sitting in the classroom with them. Using these apps, I'm digitally connected to their education in a quick and easy-to-use format with all the information I need right at my fingertips. I'm able to ask questions, know when that math homework needs to be submitted by, and check test scores in their gradebook instantly. But most importantly, with PowerSchool and Schoology, I'm involved, engaged, and I have the power to make my mission a reality. Every CPS parent has the opportunity to connect with their child's education using these apps. Follow these easy steps to log in. Used together, PowerSchool and Schoology digitally connect me to my children's education from kindergarten through high school. When I'm logged into Schoology, it's like looking into the details of my children's binder and seeing some of the things going on in the classroom. I can see due dates for assignments, updates, and notes from every teacher, and a detailed calendar to know when tests and exams are scheduled. With the easy-to-use drop-down boxes, I can quickly toggle between each child and their classes. The message feature is perfect for quick communication with their teachers. With PowerSchool, I have an instant look into the teacher's gradebook for each class. The ability to have up-to-date grades for exams, quizzes, homework, and assignments has kept me engaged and informed. I no longer have to wait for report cards. I can get current grades whenever I want. And with either app, notifications keep me up to date by the minute. Or I can choose to have weekly or daily emails sent. I do what works for me to stay connected. PowerSchool and Schoology. Get connected, stay engaged, and informed.
So the instructional programs that we're using will be for preschool, creative curriculum, and we will use the TS Gold assessments. For kindergarten through 6th grade, we have Wit and Wisdom, which is for reading instruction. For mathematics, we have K5 Ready for kindergarten through 5th grade. And for 6th grade, we have 6th grade Math and Vision, as well as science, social studies, the PACS Good Behavior game, which promotes positive interaction with our peers, social emotional learning, self-regulation, and really just what to do when we're just not feeling in the best mood. And of course, we have our camp classes. So we have computers, art, music, and physical education. And all of those classes will take place virtually, so we will not miss a beat. Here is an example of a sample schedule. I'm not sure what grade level I pulled this from. This is from the building. So the students will log in around 8:30. The teachers will take attendance during this time as well as host their morning meeting. Our kindergarten and first graders will have their specials or their camp classes, and then you can see every grade level has an opportunity throughout every day to have a camp or special class. We will have lunch and recess as well as time for instruction. At the end of the day, starting at 2:30, we will have student self-directed time and also teacher office hours. So parents, make a note of that because that is a great opportunity if your students need more one-on-one assistance, or if you have a question for a teacher, it's a great time to send a message over via Schoology or Class Dojo to get more specific instruction from the child's teacher. And then we will log off for the day at 3:30. Some things to keep in mind, especially with our roars, because we're at an at-home situation for school and we know that our children are not going to be home alone. Potentially there may be siblings there who are working online, but also you as a parent may be working from home, or they may be with a grandparent or a cousin or an aunt. We want to make sure that they have the best online experience possible. So we have set expectations for student behavior even online at home. So all of the teachers will review all of our ROAR expectations for respectful, outstanding, attitude, responsible, and being safe. Some things to note for parents. There's a special shh just for you. Please make sure that you teach your child how to mute, and also please be mindful of outside noise in your home. So if you are cooking or if you're having a phone conversation, that noise transfers through their device. So I would recommend having a great pair of headphones for them, but then also encouraging your child to be on mute when they are actually not speaking in the classroom. We have had some instances where parents just were not aware that we could hear what they were saying, and very interesting conversations sometimes take place in the background. So just make yourself aware of that. For family supports, we know that school is just not about our academics. It's also about how do we support you as a whole family. So Mr. Lacey is back as our wonderful resource coordinator. His role is really to get resources and materials and donations for our building to support your needs, whether that's uniforms or headphones. We're always looking for partnerships. We have a great partnership with Citygate Church, and they donated a lot of the backpacks that you have received this week for supply pickup. Imani, before and after school, they will be back. They're working virtually while we are on remote. And our plan is that when we re-enter the building at the end of September, they will as well. They have modified the number of students that they can have in the program because of social distancing, and more information is forthcoming about that. And of course, we love working with Best Point via Children's Home, which is a great opportunity for your child to receive some one-on-one therapy. Therapy is not a bad word. It's actually a very traditional word these days because we all need someone to talk to, whether we're going through a divorce, a death in the family, or just having a hard time transitioning into school, especially living through a pandemic and all of the other things that are going on in our community. So I am happy to connect you with any one of those family supports. In addition, if you have other needs that are not listed here, please just reach out to me because I'm certain that I can find someone that can support your family. Remote meals. We know that for the most of our students, they are used to having their lunch at school with our meal service program. And so this will not end just because we are remote. We will have Meal Pack Wednesday. So every Wednesday, and you see the dates listed below, from 12 to 4 p.m., we will be out front in the front circle providing meals to your family. You just need to bring a blue piece of paper that you receive from food service in the mail. If you don't have it, please call the school office and we will get a copy for you. Each package contains 5 breakfasts, so that's for the 5 school days, and 5 lunch items packaged for the day. So you don't have to go out to the grocery store to get school lunch or breakfast for your child. We have that already figured out and packed away for you. Just need you to come by and pick it up. If you are working during the day, you are welcome to send another responsible adult in your family. Just make sure that they have that blue piece of paper with them. And if you are not someone who lives directly in Kennedy Heights, but you attend Woodford, you can go to your neighborhood Cincinnati Public School and pick up those meals as well. So we can't have school without assessment. We want to know what your child knows and what they need to know next. So we will be having virtual map testing in grades 1 through 6. That testing window starts September the 14th, and we will be wrapped up by September the 30th. You will get very specific testing information from your child's teacher, and after the assessment, you will receive a student progress report. So there is a screenshot of that report there on the slide. That report generates the information we need to know what instructional practices we need to use with your child. It also measures your child against how much they have grown from quarter to quarter during the school year. So it's very helpful information for us and for you. And of course, we will be grading our work this year. I know in the spring when we left for the coronavirus quarantine, we offered a pass-fail, but that will not be the case. This is going to be real live school from home. And so we encourage you to make sure you signed up for your PowerSchool account. You can monitor all of your students from your PowerSchool account, and there is an app that you can put on your phone. But also, we want you to know that your students will be receiving letter grades, so no more pass-fail. There will not be homework during remote learning. We figure that they're already on the device long enough. It's a great way to unwind and spend some family time in the evenings, unless, of course, they have things that they need to wrap up from the day. Also, don't forget about those office hours with the teacher, 2:30 to 3:30 every day except Thursdays. Thursdays, the teachers will be in district-wide meetings. Make sure that you are connected. We want to be connected to you, especially if you have changed your phone number or your address. Please update your information with the school office. We don't want you to miss anything, especially because we won't physically be seeing your students in the building every day to send home paper copies of announcements. Make sure that you're connected with us on Class Dojo, on Schoology. We will be offering 2 robocalls each week, as well as a monthly newsletter. And be sure to follow us on Facebook. School absences. We know that life is going to happen whether we're physically in the building or not. So please make sure that you call the school office no later than 9:30 a.m., so 1 hour after the school day has started, to report your child's absence. You can also report their absence online, and there is the link below. I will also be posting the link on Monday morning on Dojo and Schoology just as a reminder. And mark your calendars. Our superintendent will be coming back to you live this Sunday at 11:30 a.m. on Star 64 with her back to school special. So more important information about coming back to school this school year. And I think that's all. I'm going to come off of sharing the video so that I can see your lovely faces and take your questions. There we go. Hopefully you can see me. Hello, hello, hello. If you missed the beginning of the video, just know that it has been recorded, and we will be posting this on Schoology and Dojo tomorrow. If you have a question, I'll look in the chat first. Yay. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, Mrs. Pryor's on here. That's awesome. Yes, 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 yes. If you have any questions for me as the principal, or even Miss Smith is on here as our tech guru, feel free to unmute yourself and jump right in. Yeah. What channel will she be on? Star 64. And I'm not sure if that's on just Spectrum, just DirecTV, but check your, I was going to say your TV guide. That's old school. That tells you how old I am, to find out if you have Star 64.
Miss Wallace.
Yeah.
One of the tools that helped me with this online is to take a picture if you got your phone separate from your device.
Mm-hmm.
I think that helps because you gave a lot of great information that I needed as a teacher, and I was able to take some pictures. So in the future, parents, when you see us do this and you want to take a picture, feel free to do that, as long as you're not taking pictures of the people, just the information, okay?
That is a great suggestion. Thank you, Mrs. Pryor. What will the start time be, 8:30 or 9:15 when this? Great question. Yes. So when we come back in person, we'll go back to our regular school start time. However, if your child is a bus rider, we are doing staggered starts for the bus because as you've been watching the news, you know that we can't have a full bus load because that does not allow for social distancing. So we will send the bus information out. It will still be very close to 9:15, of course, but it may be like 9:15 to 9:30 to come into the building as a bus rider. So we'll put car riders in and then the bus riders will come in after. But that is a great question. Anyone else? I see lots of little faces. That's nice. Nice to see all of you.
Ms. Wallace, what's the responsibility for students? What do they bring back to school? Do they bring their devices back to school and their books with them? Can you explain that, please?
Yes, ma'am. So when we return in building on our blended learning schedule, we are asking that all of the students, even preschoolers, bring their devices with them each and every day because that's the device you're going to use in your classroom and that is your device. So we're not going to allow you to share devices with your friends. We're going to keep you as separate as possible. We're going to figure out new ways to love each other without touching each other and sharing our material. So it's very important that you bring your device in your backpack. Parents, if you have already gotten the device, start to look maybe around like the dollar stores or Walmart and get like a soft case to put the device in. Even at home right now, it's just important. It protects it, keeps it from, if it does drop on the floor, it doesn't get broken, but it also teaches responsibility for the little people that this is a very, very important material that you use for school, and we want you to have it all year long. So yes. And oh, can I make one suggestion about headphones? I would prefer you do what you can with your resources, right? So if you have earbuds, you go with the earbuds. But if you know that you can get some headphones as a backup from the dollar store or Walmart or something, I would prefer the headphones because it does help to cancel out background noise better than earbuds. You know, as an adult, when you wear your earbuds, you can still hear if your kids are doing stuff they shouldn't be doing. But we want the kids to be very focused. So if you can get those headphones, that would be great. And don't spend a lot of money on them. Get like the dollar store ones, but maybe have a couple of pair. One you keep at home. Then when they come to school, they'll bring the other pair because we know our babies are going to lose them or drop them or step on them. And we don't want you to make a big investment for something like that. But if you only have earbuds, by all means, use what you have. But if you have an opportunity to get headphones, that would be awesome. Great. Okay, what happens to people who eat at the, is this a little person question? I think you sent me a message on Schoology to introduce yourself. So at lunchtime, we will be eating in our classrooms. So your desk is your cafeteria table. You'll still get to see your friends and wave to them. One, it keeps us safe if we have food allergies. And then two, it keeps someone else from touching your table, and we don't want our germs to spread. That's what we're doing right now. We're keeping all the germs away as much as possible. So yes, you will be in the classroom with your teacher or with an assistant during your lunchtime. And we will have recess. We just have to be creative about what that looks like since we can't do like tag, but maybe we can have a creative freeze tag where we just call it out and not touch each other. So Ms. Wallace likes to have a good time, so we have to get outside, get some exercise. Okay. Anyone else?
Hello.
Hi.
I am the mother of a fifth grader, Talia Dean, and a first grader, Clinton Dean.
Okay.
I do have a question. My fifth grader will go to Miss Kershaw's class sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So will Miss Kershaw come to her, or will she go to Miss Kershaw? I know she will totally, out of the total, she'll have 3 different teachers. So I was just wondering how that will work.
Yes, so I'll answer in 2 ways. So while we're home on remote learning, Ms. Kershaw will schedule specifically with your child their times to have a separate Google Meet with her or other classmates in that group. So that'll be one thing she'll do virtually. The other part of it is when we come back in the building, Ms. Kershaw will go get your child and take them to her space. That way we can keep track of like where all the spaces where your baby has been. We'll know where to sanitize, but then also she will have that uninterrupted, less distracted time to work just with Miss Kershaw on those skills. So that's a great question. So it'll be twofold depending on if we're in the building or if you're still at home.
Thank you so much, and it's nice to meet you.
Welcome you as well. Hello, Dean family. Nice to meet you. Hi. Don't be shy. No one is shy. No one is shy.
Say hello. Hi.
Hi.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. So my son is in Miss Fulmer's class, and she is not yes. Okay, so Miss Fulmer is new to our building. She's a phenomenal teacher, but we have been having tech issues because she was in a different workspace last year. So we've been trying to link the class list to her so she can see her class list and get the contact information. But I'm taking Messiah's information down to have her because we think we have it resolved for today. So she's probably going to start blowing up your phone. But I will have her give you a phone call.
My son's name is Dante King Jr. I have another child in second grade named Messiah King.
Oh, that's why I'm looking at Messiah on the screen. Yeah. Okay, Dante, thank you for the clarification. Dante King
you so much.
Is Miss Fulmer's class. Okay, I got to know. As soon as I hang up, I'll go and give her the message.
Thank you.
Yeah. You're so welcome. Let's see, Miss Matthews. Okay. You can call the school office, update your information. Okay, great. All right. No more questions? Okay. No worries. And if you have a question that's like, I don't want to ask in front of this group, feel free to shoot me an email or call the school office and they will connect you with me. Mrs. Pryor, you have a question?
Yes, Mrs. DeJonna Jones said she had a question about how to log on. And I said, I wanted her to reach out to her homeroom teacher. I'm going to call her. She said, Miss Jones, she thinks. I wanted to ask her what grade her child was in.
Yes. Let's see if she's on there.
Miss DeJonna Jones, can you tell me what grade your child's in? You can press that. You can type it in the chat if you want, because I'm a great caller.
Okay. She said second.
Second grade. Okay, so second grade.
Okay.
To be Miss Walker or Miss Jones. Yes? Yes. And then there was a question about how to log on to Power School. Yes, I'm going to link a great YouTube video for logging into Power School on Dojo and Schoology. That will help you. And also, Jen, if you're still on there, there is a quick guide. Where would you like us to post that for parents? She's got to come off of mute, though, I bet. There we go.
Well, it doesn't. I was thinking we could put it in the Schoology, but we can put it. I already put it in Dojo, Class Dojo for parents, and I already put it in our Woodford Facebook as well.
Perfect.
But to answer most, like if you are a parent of a 2nd to 6th grader, to get onto the computer, they are not logging in their individual logins. All the laptops have the same username and password to get in. So you should have gotten 2 pieces of paper to tell you this information. The top is take home, lowercase, no spaces, and the bottom is CPS United. And that will get you into the computer.
And if you're still having trouble after you try that, reach out to your child's teacher because I bet they could do a face-to-face, a virtual Google Meet just for you where they can walk you through it and share their screen to show you how to log in step by step. That may be easier as you're trying to do it on the device. Yeah. Does that help you, Miss Queen T? Okay, perfect. I saw you smile. I'll take that as a yes. Okay, great. Okay, if there are no other questions, then I am going to say goodbye to all of you, especially those little faces. I think some of you must be 4th, 5th, and 6th graders. You look way too big to be in kindergarten or 1st grade. So I see some fresh haircuts and some nice glasses. See, we're practicing wearing our mask at the Young House. And little Jackson there, he's messing with his camera. And I see King, there we go. Is that Messiah again? I'm going to tell Miss Gordon I got to meet you today. Kevin's got that big smile. Yes, I love it. I love it. My little Schoology buddy up there in the corner, she said hello to me. So have a wonderful rest of the day, and we look forward to Googling with you on Monday. Bye, friends.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Wallace.
You're so welcome. Thank you for coming. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye, darling.